Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into Chaos Left. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos here with the 411 Ring of Honor Best in the World pay-per-view. Now, shout out to everybody on the card. You worked your asses off. It was very, very, very entertaining. I salute each and every one of you. Thank you for me not wasting almost $50. Man, that was a hard sell, but it was worth it. It was worth it in the end. The pay-per-view had everything. It had great technical wrestling. It had fantastic, what I thought, storytelling. There was a comedy match, basically. Well, there was a lot of comedy in one match, basically. Comedy spots, anyway. And there was a train wreck. All of it flowed good. All of it was nice. And I enjoyed every second of it. So let me just get right into it. The Women of Honor, before I get started, is going to be aired sometime soon on Wednesday's Women of Honor on YouTube. Look, I'm going to vent about this one day, how poorly I think that ROH is using the Women of Honor. There's good and bad, but I'll get into that at another time, and anybody that wants to know can well, it was on the pay-per-view, so if you watched the pay-per-view, you know that Chris Wolf and Sumi Sakai won the match, so there you go. Team CMLL defeated the Kingdom, which was just a great match. I love the lucha rules that was involved in this match. The fact that Vinny stole Sabu's old ECW gimmick, Eastern Championship Wrestling Sabu, by the way. I called him out on Twitter about it, and he popped back. Hey, I'm nothing like Sabu. I like horror movies. I don't fucking know if he likes horror movies or not. Come on, Vinny. You would know Sabu more than me. You've probably worked on shows with him. I've only met the guy once. Give me a break. But, guarantee you, I'll ask him the next time I see him, which will probably be never, because I just happened to be at a show that he was at one time. Anyway, it was a great match. I hate to see the Kingdom lose here, kind of, but it was probably for the best, because with the working relationship with CMLL, those guys have to get a little bit of shine on their product, on the Ring of Honor product anyway. Frankie Kazarian beat Hangman Page in the strap match. Look, the strap match was brutal. It was badass. These guys beat the hell out of each other, and they have to. You have to use the gimmick. When you're in a gimmick match like this, you have to use the gimmick. You can't just let it be there. You know, it has to be used. It has to be used the correct way, which just means, in this instance, you just have to beat the hell out of each other, and they did. Bringing in the strap with the tags on it, now that was a stroke of genius, something that I have never seen, never even thought about, but whoever come up with that idea really, I think, deserves a raise. Or, slip under the table a little, extra something, because that was pretty ingenious. I can't say enough good things about Hangman Page. Of course, Kazarian has been so good for so long. I mean, just forever, basically. And with Adam Page just getting better and better and better, I just can't wait to see where he goes. Search and Destroy defeated the Rebellion in a match that I didn't get a chance to see because I was trying to fix me a sandwich, to be honest with you. With Ring of Honor, I forgot, this isn't WWE. You can't, just as soon as the match is over, go take a piss. And then, once you wash your hands, you come in here and you fix you something to eat. And then you come back and sit down and you watch. No, it doesn't work that way. It's boom, 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 boom. We're going. I'm so used to WWE. I learned the hard way. So I gotta go back and watch this match. But I did see the last part of it, though, and it was really good. I just hope that ANX don't have to break up because of this. Jay Lethal and Silas Young beat the hell out of each other again, and it was fantastic to watch. These two guys have such great chemistry together, and Silas Young is so underrated, in my opinion. People don't talk about him like they do other guys, and he needs to start being put in the categories with the Christopher Daniels, the Frankie Kazarians, the Jay Lethals. I mean, the guys that can actually work a really solid match. I mean, he's right there. And you cannot put, and you know what? He's one of the nicest guys in the world. Don't let anybody, don't tell him, or don't let him find out I said that, because then he'll want to probably beat the hell out of me, or maybe he'll want to shake my hand. I don't know. But the guy deserves the respect. That's all I'm saying. And people need to start giving him more respect. And maybe they do, and I just don't see it. And maybe that's a little bit on me, but I think he needs to start getting way more respect than what he does. Dalton Castle and the boys defeated the Briscoes and Bully Ray. Phenomenal finish to this. This match was all about Jay Briscoe trying to get a hold of the boys because they caused him to get pinned in that match on television several weeks back. So he's chasing them off. Bully Ray's trying to restrain him. And then in the ring, Dalton Castle's getting the pin. Great finish. Dalton's champion. Finally, Dalton gets gold. Hashtag Dalton gets gold. Kushida defeated Marty Scurll. Shout out. Fantastic match. A great story told here, and these guys really worked that crowd. Like, this match to me was probably match of the night. A close second would have been the main event, but to me, this match right here is what solidified the pay-per-view for me. And even, with a Bullet Club member losing, it's still whatever, First and foremost, I am a huge wrestling fan, so I pop when I see a great wrestling match. This was a great wrestling match. It didn't have a whole lot of, high spots, theatrics. It was just two guys in the ring telling a story, and that is the pro wrestling that I grew up on, and that is the pro wrestling that I love. Now, moving on. My glasses keep slipping. I guess it's hot in here. The Young Bucks defeated War Machine, and the Best Friends, who were thrown in at the last second. I wonder what the booking creative, I don't know what that was all about. I guess it was just to get Chucky T on. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he signed an ROH contract. I don't know. But it was a good match, but it was an absolute train wreck. I mean, it was just spot after big spot after big spot after big spot. But what I will say is I did enjoy it. Like I said before, this pay-per-view had something for everybody. Except for if you wanted to see good-looking women. Because for the pay-per-view, you didn't get that. If you were in-house, I mean, you saw some good-looking women wrestle before the pay-per-view started. But if you weren't in-house, like myself, and you wanted to see women wrestling, I'm sorry. And I even saw a guy on Twitter post on the hashtag ROH BITW trend on Twitter that since he was complaining because he didn't get to see the women, and he thought he was going to get to see the women because that's kind of how it was advertised. It was kind of advertised like at Best in the World, which technically it was at Best in the World, it just wasn't on Best in the World, the pay-per-view. For those of you that watched my preview video or that have been following me on Twitter, you know my stance on that. I don't like it, but oh well. Cody Rhodes, because I'm not affiliated with ROH, and I can say that, defeated Christopher Daniels for the ROH World title. This, a little less than 13 months from when he left WWE, justifies him leaving WWE. Justifies him asking for his release, and justifying him going to the indies and working with everybody. Now, my thought was always, he'll be gone for a year, and then he'll go back to WWE. This is just something that he wants to do. One, to probably prove to himself that he can do it, and two, probably prove to the powers that be at WWE that he is a great wrestler or a great worker or whatever, and can get over with the masses. And for me, Cody, the American Nightmare gimmick is perfect. When he goes back, because I do think eventually he will go back to WWE, that is what he needs to go back to or go back as the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And WWE needs to come off their fucking high horse, and they need to let the man use the Rhodes name. It's fucking bullshit that he can't use that name that his father made famous in another organization just because WWE bought the rights to that company. That is bullshit, in my opinion. That would be just like if Charlotte wanted to go somewhere. If she wanted to leave, she couldn't go by Charlotte Flair, because Flair, not the way it's spelled, Flair, is probably in trademark with WWE, but her real name, Flair, Flehr, I think is how it's spelled. She could use that. I just don't know how that looks on a headline somewhere, you know. Anyway, fantastic. That is the word that completely describes this pay-per-view from top to bottom. The pay-per-views to me just keep getting better and better and better and better and better. So, that's all I've got. Too sweet me, baby. Too fucking sweet me. So now, without further ado, that's all I've got. I will see you guys later. Follow me on Twitter at TheAnswerChaos. Subscribe here to the YouTube channel to get more videos like this if you love just hearing me rant about pro wrestling. Because, hey, that's what I like doing. Just to get it out of my fucking head. Just so I can have somebody to fucking tell it to. Anyway, that's all I've got. Deuces. As always, Chaos.